During President Zuma, the rightful president of South Africa's tenure, we saw unprecedented support for black businesses and black industrialists. As he once said, we need to radically transform the economy to include the black majority, which is not included by this ANC and GNU government. The vision translated into policies that empowered many black entrepreneurs and black industrialists program was launched under President Zuma's leadership. Black industrialists have benefited from his leadership, and millions of dollars have been given to them to start their businesses and access the economy. Our economy is owned by white monopoly capital. Since 1994, the economy was not given back to the owners of the land. It was not given back to who owned the land from the start. You see, the reality is that money can only be made for the appropriations of government through the taxpayers. But how do the taxpayers get that money? They got the money by appropriating the land from the indigenous people and African indigenous people without compensation to this day. In 1994, the land was never given back. The economy was never given back. You look at the short-term insurance industry. What happens there is that our people, colored, black, and all people of color get excluded from procurement opportunities by white monopoly capital. It's the same in every industry. We cannot access procurement opportunities because white monopoly capital owns every industry. Whether you go to mining, whether you go to any other thing, they own all of it. So when we talk about appropriations, let's talk about how the land was appropriated in the first place that these people are using to pay these taxes. That land was stolen from the regional landowners of this place. And it needs to be returned. And Mkonto is going to do that. In line with the PBO's mandate to scrutinize government expenditure, what is the detailed plan for rationalizing public entities? Despite significant budget allocations, disparities in higher education access remain stark. What new accountability members aligned with the PBO's oversight role are in place to ensure that funds are used effectively to bridge this gap? Reflecting on the BPO's concern about the efficient use of public funds, how will the budget address the delays in the national health insurance implementation and ensure timely progress? Public infrastructure investment is less than 2% of GDP against an NDP target of 10%. Where is the strategies to help us reach the targets of the NDP when it's now at 2%? Considering the PBO's role and considering the House's role and about appropriations, where is the role of this House in evaluating fiscal policies? How does the budget balance fiscal consolidation with the need for developmental spending, especially in light of South Africa's high levels of poverty and inequality? What specific reforms is the GNU going to bring to improve government spending efficiency? And what will be implemented by Treasury to enhance the utilization of conditional grants, particularly underperforming sectors like agriculture and health? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under President Zuma, South Africa embarked on a massive infrastructure project development, including the development of the Gauteng Freeway Improvement Project, investments in public transport systems like Ria Via bus service, Madupi Power Station, and many others. In the last 8 years, we have seen this government and the ANC government specifically take things backward and not forward. In the last 30
Order,
years,
honorable members.
In the last 30 years, we've had BRICS countries like China, like Russia, take their people out of poverty, whereas this government hasn't used the appropriations budget to take the people out of poverty. This government has used the appropriations budget to keep status quo, to keep the land and the economy in the hands of the same people who stole it from our people. Why is our people still living in the shacks and the townships around the corner when there's an appropriation bill in terms of housing? You guys should never have allowed our people to stay there for 30 years. You go to China, you'll go find cities being built for 5 to 10 million people every 5 years. We've had 30 years and we haven't built one new city under the ANC. And we will not build any new cities because you want to make our people comfortable in the dirt and in the filth of the townships. Our people suffer because there's no electricity. Our people suffer because there's no food.
Zuma,
Mr. J?
Time up.
No. Let me speak on behalf of the people. You may want to talk the way you want to talk in Parliament, but I speak for the people. And the people on the ground, the colored people, the black people, all our people want answers from this House. And that's what MK is here to do. When are you going to build houses for our people and give our people jobs? When are you going to take our people out of poverty? Our people have to suffer to buy electricity, to buy bread, to buy food, to buy milk. And you guys are busy talking here about big picture macro things. No, this is going to end in this house. The land must come back to its rightful owners. And the rightful owners will take our people out of poverty. We will use the mineral resources of this land to take our people out of poverty. We will not let the white people take that land and use it to make more boats and more cars and have nice suits like they're sitting here in the DA. Nice German cars, nice suits. Julle kan mooi lyk, maar die geld kom van bloedgeld af. Daai geld kom van die bloed van die mense. Die bloed van die koei en die sand. Die bloed van almal vir ons mense wat julle doodgemaak het. Julle sit hier met 'n smile op julle gesig. Maar julle is niks nie, julle is moordenaars. Julle het ons mense doodgemaak. Maar julle sit hier en julle kom met julle GNU. Dat ek vir julle sê, die mense wil ons land terug hê. Ons wil ons mense uit die armoede uitvat. Ons wil ons mense die myne terug gee.
Tell them!
We want our people to have a life of freedom. And talking just about all this stuff, yes, been a member of parliament before. I can talk to everything in terms of appropriations. But things must change. It cannot stay the same. The land must come back, and MK will take over and return the land to its rightful owners so that people can come out of poverty. Kwaza, Mkonto, Kwaza.
Oh!